radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Fade to Black. Bespoke Radio. For the masses. Yeah. How you doing? Today's Thursday, April 2nd, 2020. 93 days into the new year, only 283 days left. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of beautiful downtown Burbank, California. And I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the Planets. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, man. All right. It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. The call-in number. Take out your pen. You write this down. 747-228-2051. I should do it backwards. No, I can't do it backwards. 747-228-2051. That's the call-in number. We're going to open up the phone lines at the bottom of the hour. Tonight is a coronavirus-free zone. That's right. No coronavirus tonight on the show. Ain't going to happen. Not. And test me. Call in tonight and just say the word. Test me. Click. Yeah. Tonight's a coronavirus-free zone. And also tonight on the show, we are going to give away four Fade to Black memberships. We're going to do it tonight on the show. This is courtesy of a Fadernaut who donated to make this happen. Okay? And I think that is very, very, very cool. So, four Fade to Black memberships are going to be given away tonight to those in need that are staying at home, kicking back, and don't have a membership. Okay? So, the first four people that call in tonight, the first four Fadernauts that call in tonight that do not have a membership, right? You can't have a membership and then call in for a free membership. No, that's not what we're doing here. No membership, and you're in need. Okay? Let's see. Okay. All right. I'm just letting you know. Okay. Anyway. Is this, if you're wondering what the delay is, I'm getting text that are coming in here, and so that's what that is. It's no big deal. So that's what's going on. Okay, we're going to do that tonight. And coronavirus-free zone, and which means tonight I want to talk about breakfast cereals and video games and music maybe or whatever. I don't even know if I want to talk about UFOs and time travel. You know what? I need to clear my head. And I need to escape. And we're going to do all of that together tonight on the show. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Mice Krispies. That's funny. That's funny. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. The Sandbox is hashtag F2B on Twitter. And maybe, if we're lucky, we can get Rita to do some polls tonight. Some breakfast cereal polls, video game polls. You know, what are your favorites? And so let's make all of that happen. It's going to be a great show. And as soon as we are done tonight, I'm going to go play some video games with Rita. That's what we're going to do. I promise you. All right. You can email throughout the show, Jimmy at jimmychurchradio.com. I'll stay on top of all of that. Oh, by the way, I was watching Twitter. Breakfast cereals, that means whole milk. That's right. No, don't hit me with any almond milk. Silk. Oh, God. I've never done it, and you know. Oh, man. I'm checking out tonight, man. I'm checking out. It's going to be a good show. All right. Really quick, email is Jimmy at jimmychurchradio.com. We have 2 chat rooms open. One over at Spreaker, one over at KGRA The Planet. Of course, we've got the chat rooms over at YouTube. Hello to everybody over at YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Everything is streaming live with those chat rooms there. So hello to everybody. And of course, iHeartRadio and KGRA The Planet and TalkStream Live and TuneIn and all of our other syndicators out there. Okay, all right. Now, I have been making this announcement all week. I'm going to continue it tonight. Keep your immune system in check. Now is the time to do that. Go and visit getthetea.com. Okay? And when you get there, go to their specials page. That's all you got to do. Click on the banner over at jimmychurchradio.com. Use the promo code FADER, F-A-D-E-R, and you will get free shipping on all orders over $50. And last night we made the announcement. Our latest sponsor is ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. This is Billy Carson's new internet TV network that he built just for this community. There are hundreds of programs already up. He's adding new content every single day. I think he said he might be up to 1,000 episodes are over on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv right now. The links and banners are up over on our site at jimmychurchradio.com, and I encourage all of you to check out all of his amazing programming right now. And when you go and check it out, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv, you can check it out. You get a 3-day free pass, man, just to go in and check out everything. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. And also announced this week, really big news, River Moon Coffee is now available on Amazon. Okay, now you can visit their new store, and if you are an Amazon Prime Fadernight, you will get free shipping on your order. And right now, you can use our Amazon promo code, which is JimmyRMC. I think it's all uppercase. It might be lowercase, but JimmyRMC, River Moon Coffee, JimmyRMC, no spaces. And you're going to get an additional 5% off of the already discounted prices. Okay, so check out River Moon Coffee on Amazon. Now, I said this last night. I'm going to announce it right now. River Moon Coffee is introducing our newest blend. It's called Game Changer. Yep. It will be available in about 10 days on both River Moon's website and their Amazon store. So now we have Fade to Black's Fade to Black Blend, and we have Fade to Black's Game Changer. And they're both Doc. That's right. Be available in about 10 days. Just saw the new labels and everything today. So cool. Can't believe it. We have not one, but two coffees. So cool. So cool. All right. That takes care of that. And I'm not doing any coronavirus news, so we're going to skip past that. I'm not even going to do any news tonight. Nope. I don't even have any breakfast cereal news or gaming news. No. Let's get straight to it. Let's get this show cracking. Happy birthday to today, Michael Fassbender. Yeah, today he is 43, and he first caught my eye in Inglourious Bastards. And, every time I see him now, I go, read it. That's that dude from Inglourious Bastards. He was just so great in Inglourious Bastards, especially the scene in the pub in the basement, right? Remember that? 3? Yeah, that was just absolutely incredible. Also, he was Magneto in X-Men, and he was also amazing in Prometheus. Christopher Maloney today is 59. That's right. Star of Oz on HBO, and his current TV series is called Happy. And I liked season 1 of Happy. Season 2, even though season 1 got a little bit out there, a little bit graphic, pretty intense. Season 2, man, woofa. I got like 3 episodes in. I was like, you know what? This is too strong for me. It's not for everybody, but it is pretty funny. Happy is the new season 2. Smash Mouth guitarist Greg Camp, founding member and songwriter of Smash Mouth. Greg Camp today is 53. Our dead guy's birthday today, moment of silence, please. Marvin Gaye, 1939 to 1984, killed by his dad at the age of 44. But all I've got to say is I heard it through the grapevine, what's going on, and sexual healing. He won a Grammy for sexual healing, by the way. Happy birthday, Marvin Gaye. On this day in history, yeah, it went down, 1982. Argentina invades the Falklands Islands on this day in 1982. Fader fact. Okay, here you go. Now check this out. That guy from Inglourious Bastards. I know. Rita has heard that a million times. I can never remember his name. He's always that guy from Inglourious Bastards. All right. Fader fact. There's a guy named James Clark of Buena Park, California. Now, James Clark taught himself how to pick the unpickable lock boxes of payphones. That's right. Bell Telephone, AT&T. Between 1981 and 1988, he stole an estimated $500,000 in quarters from phones in 30 states. And I'm not making this up. He taunted the FBI, he taunted the police, and he was even featured on America's Most Wanted twice. Then they caught him. And after he got caught, he only had to pay back $802 to Bell Telephone of Ohio Bell, whatever they called it. And he got 1 year in jail. And it seems pretty light for stealing $500,000. But that is your Fader fact. Tonight is another Fader night. We are going to be giving away 4 Fade to Black memberships, courtesy of a Fadernaut. All right. Thank you for that. And we're giving those away to those in need and who are staying at home. Okay? Now, it's going to be the first 4, and we're going to be doing this for the next 4 Fader nights. The call-in number is 747-228-2051. Now, as I hit this River Moon coffee, I want to thank Juanita and Jeff over at River Moon, one of the great companies on this planet. but they give back to our community. They're all about the community and the Fadernauts and Fade to Black, and they've been a part of this show for so long. But they are just very, very cool. And they are now making our second blend, which is called Game Changer. It's tasty and all of that, but that's not the point. The point is they are Fadernauts. They're always in the sandbox. They're hanging out. They've got a very big, successful company, but yet they spend their evenings right here with you on Fade to Black. So I want to thank Juanita and Jeff, and I'm going to hit this River Moon Coffee. Go and visit their Amazon store. Visit rivermooncoffee.com, okay? Man, that's good coffee. Well, tonight, breakfast cereals and video games. That's what I want to talk about. And I remember 5, maybe 6 years ago, something happened on Fadernight that night. I can't remember what it was. I don't remember how it went down. But we segued into breakfast cereals and Saturday morning cartoons. And if you haven't listened to that show, which is now, I guess you could call it infamous, it took over the show that night. And it was so much fun for me to make that connection with all of you. I thought that I was, well, you know, at least one of the only adults that was willing to reminisce and think about my childhood and what was so amazing about Saturday mornings, especially those Saturday mornings when you got up early and your parents were still in bed, right? And you got away with watching cartoons and eating 5 bowls of cereal, knocking out a box. And those were amazing days. And so we're going to go and do that again tonight. But before we open up the phone lines, I'm going to give you 2 of my firsts. Okay? Man, grape nuts. I have seen grape nuts. This is like the 5th. I got a couple of emails about grape nuts today. And here comes the emails are coming in. Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you 2 of my firsts. When it comes to breakfast cereals, there are 3 from my childhood that rank as a tie. Okay? And now I'm going back to 1970. That would have I would have been 6 or 7 years old. Okay? All right? And that's when I was able to judge, I guess, breakfast cereals. I knew by that age what I liked and didn't like. And those 3, and looking back, they all kind of tasted the same. I'm not kidding. And they were the original Captain Crunch, Quisp, and King Vitamin. And out of those 3, King Vitamin was my favorite. That's right. And if you've never heard of King Vitamin, just lasted a couple of years, right? King Vitamin, there was something about it, and I can't really put it into words. And that followed up, I like Quisp. Captain Crunch was my number 3. But as everyone knows, if you were around back then, both King Vitamin and Quisp went extinct. That's right, leaving only Captain Crunch to rule the world. And they all 3 kind of had that same taste to that. We'll talk about this later on. But then came Crunch Berries. That was the new version of Captain Crunch, and we remember when that happened, followed by Peanut Butter Crunch. And as great as Captain Crunch was, and thinking about it, because it was just amazing, real, sugar, and all that. Crunch Berries managed to top it, only to be totally trounced by Peanut Butter Crunch. And to this day, Peanut Butter Crunch is considered by many, including myself, to be the greatest breakfast cereal the world has ever known. All right? And I'll stand by that. Now, there are, of course, many honorable mentions. And I sat here today thinking about the things that I enjoyed, and here they are. And if I've left some off the list, that's what the open lines are here for tonight. But Cocoa Puffs, Cocoa Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles, Lucky Charms, Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Frosted Flakes, Life, Cinnamon Life, Sugar Pops. They changed the name, but we're going with Sugar Pops. Man, I used to eat Raisin Bran, which I did love, Alpha Bits, O's, Honeycomb, right? Sugar Smacks. What's it called today? Honey Smacks or whatever. I'm going Sugar Smacks, Wheaties, and Cheerios. Now, I left off Rice Krispies. I wasn't a big Rice Krispies fan unless you put sugar on the top, and that was pretty good. And I left off a few others because I really didn't, Frosted Mini Wheats and things, really wasn't into those. But we can't forget the newcomers, like Reese's Puffs. Those rule. Not quite as good as Peanut Butter Crunch, but pretty close. Honey Bunches of Oats. Banana Nut Crunch. And I'm here to tell you, Banana Nut Crunch, not old school, it's mid-pack, but Banana Nut Crunch was the only thing I bought for years. Okay. And Waffle Crisp. Waffle Crisp. Oh, man. I used to mix Cocoa Pebbles with Peanut Butter Crunch. Now, that sounds great, actually. And so there you go. And we can't forget, of course, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And there's an art to eating every one of these cereals. Everybody knows. We'll be talking about all of that later on tonight. And then I wanted to discuss my first video game. And I think, just like most of you, the Odyssey game console was the first video game that I ever played. And, it's famous Pong. And me and the family back then, this is 1973, we played that thing 24 hours a day for a month straight. I'm not kidding. It never even turned off. The TV stayed on. Man. Oh. But it was a game changer. But nothing like Grand Track 10. And I'll never forget it because that was the first arcade car racing game and that I know of. And I found it at this arcade that was next to the Hook's Drug Store in my neighborhood back on the east side of Indianapolis. And for those of you in Naptown, I'm talking about 38th and Midhofer. We lived on 38th Street, right behind the mall that is on the corner there. There was a Noble Roman's Pizza place. I don't know if it's still there. There was a little supermarket. I don't know if that's still there. Next door to the supermarket was Hook's Drugs. Is Hook's Drugs still in Indianapolis? And next to the Hook's Drug Store was this little arcade right there on the corner, across the street from John Marshall High School. And I wandered in there one day, and I found, and I had friends that were playing other, I found Grand Track 10, this racing game. And it was just above, you were looking at this little track, and you had these two cars that were kind of like Indy cars, and you would race. Well, anyway, that, man, I dumped so many quarters into that. And that was my first video game that I remember, besides Pong, of course. But after that, it was Tempest that took over my world. And another game called Scramble that was pretty cool, too, as well. It wasn't as popular, but I really enjoyed that game. Drop these little bombs off this little ship. Pew, pew, pew. It was fun. It was cool. And Asteroids, of course, right? All right. But after that, I kind of dropped out of the video game world. I got busy and was doing other things for a few years. But I remember walking past this office at Elisa's. I'm going down the hallway. I kind of glance in, and a friend of mine was sitting at his desk playing Tomb Raider on a black and white laptop, right? And I just stopped and thought, what's going on there? And I walked in, and I was standing. His name was Doug Greon. Doug, if you're listening, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because I was blown away. And I stood over his shoulder, and I thought, man, wow, whoa. Well, because of that and Doug Greon, I ended up spending like the next 3 or 4 years playing all versions of Tomb Raider. And then I got into Diablo and Diablo 2, and I had a PlayStation 1 and 2 and maybe a 3, certainly 2. And, of course, Gran Turismo. And I have my laptop that I played Diablo on and Diablo 2 and some other games, too, as well. But I really got into video gaming in this period. And over the last 20 years, Rita and I have played and finished a number of games. Baldur's Gate, God of War, all versions, Silent Hill, all versions, Devil May Cry, all versions. Too many to mention right now. And I also really got into the NASCAR stuff, custom cars and custom paint jobs and all of that. Really enjoyed it. But then we took a break for about 10 years because we started the radio station and we got really busy and there just wasn't any time. We didn't have time anymore to commit to real gaming. And then 3 years ago, we went out and purchased a PlayStation 4. We were actually down at Jason Martell's house down in Laguna. And Jason had PlayStation 4. He was playing Uncharted 4, and we kind of checked it out. And we were like, whoa. Okay, so on the way home that day, Rita and I stopped, and we picked up a PlayStation 4. And we also got God of War 3 and Uncharted 4. And we played them for a couple of days. And then for some reason, the console was left in the off position until 2 days ago. We're just too busy to get into gaming these days. But like the rest of you, right now, we're at home. And for the time being, gaming is back on over at the house. So, yep, we did. I told you about it. We got No Man's Sky, which we've just started. And we also got Diablo 3. Haven't checked that out yet, but it's installed. And just to make sure that everything is perfect, we got Cinnamon Toast Crunch, we got Lucky Charms, and we got Crunch Berries. You got to keep the sugar levels on high while we cruise the universe in No Man's Sky. So that's tonight. Fade to Black, Fadernight, 747-228-2051. Tonight it is a coronavirus-free zone. All right. Breakfast cereals and gaming. We're taking a break. Let's escape tonight. Let's do this together. And we're going to give away 4 Fade to Black memberships. So I'm going to open up the phone lines right now, 747-228-2051. This is Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black,
you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
OMG! People are jumping on board to the Life Change Tea Regiment. Brew, steep, and drink for a gentle, taste-great cleanse. It's changing how they feel. See what everybody's talking about. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Life Change Tea aids in digestive slowdown and helps people get moving down a healthy path. We won't make claims. We'll just let you decide. Experience is much better than a commercial anyway. If you want results, log on to getthetea.com and purchase your super strength cleansing tea. You won't be disappointed. And if you're looking for some mind-body suggestions, go to YouTube and punch in the search bar Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. Put power into your health now. So, getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com for super strength tea. And YouTube, Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now for valuable suggestions. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show. On the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, The Planet.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
All right. Welcome back. Fade to Black. Thursday night, Fadernight. Open lines all night long. Call a number. 747-228-2051. These phones are nuts right now. They're just nuts. If you manage to get through, just stay right there, okay? And if you can't get through, keep calling. Got about 20 calls on hold right now. So let's start blazing through them. Let's see who's up first. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. First up tonight, who's calling?
Yeah, my name is Philip Earthman. Giving you a call, Jimmy.
Hi, Philip. Where are you calling from?
Hey, man, I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia, the ATL.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Hey, man, we're doing pretty good. If we can get past these viruses, maybe we'll be okay.
Yep. As I said, tonight it is a blankety-blank free zone. Ain't gonna even say it tonight. Just, I'm worn out. Okay, so I laid it out there. Breakfast cereals and video games. Do you do either? Or both?
No, I'm not quite sure. I'm so confused right now. I was sitting down and I was seeing you online there, and I said, you know what, let me give a try to Jimmy Church. No one else seems to be listening. Maybe Mr. Jimmy will listen to the voice of the people, so to speak, right? And, you know, I don't know. I just got so many things that I'm trying to figure out here. It's one thing that I would just love to know. Since I got you on the phone, I know millions of people are trying to get to you, I'm sure, or they're listening to you. But the one question that I'm just trying to figure out here is, how do we go forward with putting some kind of end to what is COVID-19? And I don't mean the virus itself. I mean the people that's implementing the virus. That is my question. I quite often hear you guys. You do some great it's almost poetry online, to be honest with you, and I know you guys are really close to where we need to be. You're keeping the people informed, right? But how do we take that information from you and brothers like, Mr. Jones and David and so on and so forth? How do we take that information and bottle that and use it now as a weapon, just like they're using against us with this biowarfare they're using, right? How can we weaponize voices like Mr. Jimmy Church? How do we weaponize that, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not tonight, and I appreciate the phone call, Philip. I have put so much energy into this, and so has everybody else, that I'm exhausted, and I have spent a month covering this, and tonight I just wanted to take a night off. So my answer to this, without I don't want to be off-putting to you, and you've taken the time to call into the show.
No, I won't take it any kind of way funny.
Okay.
Believe me, buddy.
Is this all of us need to disconnect and know that I'm talking about from this bombardment of negativity that is hit down on all of us, because now we're all affected by it. And you know what is the best medicine right now?
What's that?
Breakfast cereal and video games. I'm being serious.
Gotcha.
I'm being serious. Being serious.
Gotcha.
I'm being serious. I am telling you, unplug your mind. Give it 24, 48 hours and circle back and see where your head is at in a couple of days. Because you and everybody else has been pummeled for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. And that's it. That's it.
Back-to-back weeks. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
24 hours a day. And so give yourself 24 hours of no news, not worrying about it. If you got to stay at home with some breakfast cereal, load up on some sugar, get into some video games, and where you're forced into concentrating on collecting some gold and killing the bad guys. Go and do that for a little bit, or explore and go and do that. And then on Monday, we'll revisit these issues. Fair enough, Philip?
Absolutely. That sounds, hey, that's spot on, especially going into the weekend, man. Jimmy Church, give them something good to go into the weekend, man. I totally understand what you're saying. I'm all fired up, but I'm also fired up for some positivity as well, though. So I'm totally on board with what you're saying, man.
Thank you so much, Philip. Be safe out there in ATL. And let me tell you something.
Thanks, man.
Let me tell you something. Heading north on Peachtree and going up out of town, there's a mall there. And I went into that mall and bought a watch. And this was 20 years ago, 21 years ago. And I hung out with some of the coolest people. And that watch means so much to me. And I still have it.
Okay.
And I think about Atlanta all the time. And I think about that drive up Peachtree and that mall and the food and the purchase of that watch. And I think about Atlanta all the time.
I almost want to reach and say it was Lennon Square Mall. That's what I want to say.
Yeah,
but I'm not quite sure that's correct.
It's I would know it if I drove by it. But anyway, I love Atlanta, and I hope you guys stay safe out there and just enjoy your weekend, Philip. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, buddy. Bye-bye.
Thank you. It's a great phone call right there. And absolutely, positivity is all we need. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Kiki.
Kiki?
From Mount Washington in L.A.
How? Are you kidding? Really?
Hi.
Are you at the
I
top?
Love you.
Are you at the top?
I love you, Jimmy Church.
We love you too, Kiki. But Mount Washington is one of the coolest places in all of Los Angeles. It
really is.
Hold on.
I'm very lucky to be here.
Yes. Do you rent or do you own?
I'm in a roommate situation right now. But the reason I was calling is just to tell you that I'm just so happy that you wanted to change the subject tonight. I'm a trooper going along with that, the other subjects, but I'm so sick of it, and I'm taking 72 hours off until...
What? Are you going to video game?
So no, and I also wanted to tell you that I'm on board with all the cereals. When I was a kid, it was the Captain Crunch for me, but the Quisp and the King Vitamin was okay. But I remember wanting to when I was able to eat some Captain Crunch, I would go, okay, it's time to tear my mouth up.
I know, right?
Because you know how it just tear the roof of your mouth up.
Okay, this is the truth about Captain Crunch, and including Crunch Berries. Peanut butter crunch is in another category on how you have to eat it. But Captain Crunch, you gotta let it soak for about a minute. And then when it's half crunchy, half soggy, you are in nirvana. That man, and the flavor, and that's how you eat it. And then
exactly
right, and if you manage to get it all done, right, and you plow through it,
just that milky, sugary, soupy.
That's right,
crumbly.
But is there anything better than the milk, the Captain Crunch milk when you're done?
I just loved it.
Shouldn't they sell that?
Real quick.
Shouldn't they sell that?
Another thing, real quick, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell you, because I'm not a gamer, but I love those cartoons. And if you allow me, I think I still got it. I can give you little imitations of my two favorites, Yogi Bear and Boo Boo, and Bullwinkle and Rocky.
Let's go. Let me hear it. Okay.
Hey, Boo Boo, let's go get us some picnic baskets.
Okay, Yogi.
Wow. That was actually great. That was great. Okay. And Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle and Rocky. Here we go.
Hey, Bullwinkle. Want some bad news?
What is that? Some bad news? Want some thunder? What's on my sleeve?
That trick never works.
I love my job. Kiki, thank you so much. And
one more thing.
Sure.
I found my eggs today after 4 weeks, and I thought of you this morning.
I have had eggs every day for 5 days in a row. Hey, if you're up on Mount Olympus, did you go to? Oh man, forget it. There.
No, it's just a Vaughn's on Los Feliz.
No, I was thinking of Gaucho Grill right there on Crescent Heights and Sunset Boulevard. Did you ever go there?
No, I've got to go there.
Oh, man. Well, no, it's closed. But back in the day, because I used to live across the street from Mount Olympus. And, well, anyway, Kiki, enjoy your weekend. Be safe. And I know you're having a good time up there on Mount Olympus.
Too, Jimmy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for all you do. Been watching and listening to you for years.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Kiki. Mount Olympus, for those of you that don't know, Laurel Canyon Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard. So you head north on, or I guess it would technically be south on Laurel Canyon, and about a half a block up, and there's the entrance block to Mount Olympus on the right-hand side. And it was a housing addition for Hollywood. And it covered the side of this mountain, and it's gated. And today, that's like the toughest real estate to get right now in Los Angeles, Mount Olympus. Very cool place to live. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Who's calling?
This is Stella from Oklahoma City.
Hi, Stella from Oklahoma City. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Jimmy?
I am doing great because it's breakfast cereal and video game night.
Good stuff.
Absolutely. All right, so you called me.
Yeah, my favorite was actually Captain Crunch back when, and Super Metroid was my game. I loved me some Samus.
Yeah, and that was, I had a lot of friends that played that too as well. And back then, man, that's going back too. That's on the early days of stuff. There were games that my friends played that I never got into. Isn't it weird? Tempest, I could play Tempest 24 hours a day. and Asteroids. Yeah, the other games that stretched out from that, like Centipede, Donkey Kong, and stuff like that in the arcades, I never played them. I would watch people play them. I'd stand over their shoulders and watch them, but I couldn't get into it. Tempest had me from day one. I just thought that was the coolest game ever. Man.
Right.
Loved it. So, Captain Crunch, did you have a number 2?
Well, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, really.
What's that?
I can't remember too many. Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Oh, yeah, I know. That's become a go-to. I think when I posted the Cinnamon Toast Crunch stuff on Facebook, I was pretty surprised to see so many people going, you know what, dude, I had it today. I had some yesterday. I was just going out to purchase. If I thought that I was the only one. Man, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is nearly perfect. It is.
Right. It's my favorite now. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm so with you on that. Well, Stella, thank you so much. And how are you guys doing? Everything good in your world?
Everything's great in our world. We're picking up Walmart parking lots with broom and dustpan. So that's our evenings.
I actually bought a broom and dustpan the other day, and it's funny. Hadn't bought one in years. Isn't it weird how we're all on the same wavelength? Are you video gaming today? Do you guys game at the house?
My son got me into Minecraft, and I can't seem to get off of that thing.
I know. That's a really addictive game, and I didn't go there. And the reason why I didn't go there, I could see the addictiveness of it, and I could see it just pulling me in. Oh, the other game, Rita, what, The Sims. Oh, man. Oh.
I've never played that one.
The Sims took over our lives for about 1 year straight. Oh, The Sims, that was bad news, man. Oh, that's so addicting. So addicting.
I like Ratchet and Clank, too. That's a good one.
Which one?
Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Played that, too. I just love video games. And as soon as we're done tonight with the show, we're going back to No Man's whatever. No Man's Sky, and I've already started it, and I'll talk more about it in just a bit. But enjoy your weekend, Stella. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Love you so much, Jimmy. Go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe. Stella from Oklahoma City. Thank you so much, Stella. Let's see here. Who is up next? Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Oh, it's Mark from Dallas, bro. What's up?
Mark. How are you, man?
Man, I'm just sitting here picking this guitar. Sorry, let me put it down here. Man, I got my not Diet Coke, my Coke Zero to my right. I've got you to my left. I've got John Wick with the sound turned down in front of me. You don't really need sound with John Wick. You
don't. You don't. It's nothing but bullet casings hitting the ground.
Man, you know what I would give to look like Michael Fassbender?
Yeah, I know, right.
He's in all my favorite movies, man. He was in Prometheus.
Yes,
he was the robot in Prometheus.
Yep, he was great in Prometheus.
I love those movies, man. Those movies are underrated, bro.
Yeah, I know. The scene with Fassbender in Inglourious Bastards, where him and the Nazi captain are down in the tavern in the basement, right? They both got guns pointed at each other underneath the table, and you know that it's about to go, and they know that they both have guns pointed at each other underneath the table. And that is the most...
it's Tarantino, yeah. You know what's going to happen. They're all going to die in there. You know what's going to happen.
That was the most intense scene. And everybody at the table knows what's going on. And wow, what a scene. So yeah, Fassbender has had me ever since. I just think he is.
He was in he was in 300, man. He was one of the.
Was he really?
He was one of the young. Yeah, he was one of the young guys in 300, like one of the sons. You know, there was fathers and sons. He was one of the young guys in it.
I have to go back and check that out.
Yeah, man. Well, Serial.
Yes.
Bro, you're hitting. You know what? I think it's something about musicians too, because I remember coming home from gigs. If I didn't stop at a Waffle House or a Whataburger, first thing I would do when I would get home to unwind, what would you do? You would like kick on the TV and you would get a big bowl of cereal, right?
Yep.
Every time. So and I found out something else, that people are intensely loyal to their cereal. So, like me, I'm a Honey Nut Cheerios guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a Raisin Bran guy. Now, but I don't just eat Raisin Bran by itself. I have to have honey on it. Okay? And then on my Honey Nut Cheerios, I have to cut up a banana, and then I pour Hershey syrup over the top of that.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
That makes me a bad human, doesn't it?
You know what I used to do? I'm going to sound strange, but Raisin Bran, you got to have it soggy. I don't like it when it's fresh. You got to just let it. I pour the milk, and I push the bowl away and let it sit there for about 2 minutes.
Agree, 100%.
Yep, mush.
100%. Now. And I remember when I was a kid, man, I was so confused because I remember seeing the box that said grape nuts, and I'm like, dude, I love grapes. And I love nuts. And I couldn't wait to open that up, and neither one of them was inside that box.
No, I don't even know.
Off as a kid.
What is a grape nut? I have no
idea.
Is it such a thing? I've never researched that. I should Google that. What is a grape nut? Maybe there were. I don't know. Maybe there is such a thing.
I don't know, dude. It's like a bowl of rocks.
And again, gotta let it soak.
Golly, I soaked that stuff overnight, bro.
You know what? Okay, all right. I'm gonna go here. Let's talk about Lucky Charms ethics. Okay, because Lucky Charms. This is what I would do. And because I loved Alphabets, by the way, which Alphabets was like Lucky Charms with marshmallows, right? Okay, but anyway, with Lucky Charms, I would eat everything but the marshmallows. That's what I would do. So in the end, all the way down to the last little oat, and then I would have those marshmallow floaties in the milk. And then do that with a spoonful. Man. I'm telling you.
You know, you always have that milk left at the end, and man, I just couldn't wait to just drink that down, no matter what cereal it was. That's the best part.
Why don't they sell? Maybe they do. I don't know. Why don't they sell Captain Crunch milk? Why don't they sell Lucky Charms milk?
Sounds like a business opportunity to me, bro.
I'm telling you, peanut butter crunch milk? Holy crap.
Oh, get out. I would drink a gallon of that.
Holy crap. Oh, man.
All right, I got
a
video game. I got a video game question for you.
Sure.
Of course, I started out with you. I was playing clubs all the way back into my high school back in the late 70s, and we were playing Asteroids and all that stuff in these bars. I couldn't wait to break to go play this new game called Asteroids. And I would rush over to that machine in this bar that we were playing, and I would play Asteroids, right? And until a brand new game called Donkey Kong came out. And then Donkey Kong, we couldn't wait to break to go play Donkey Kong. And so we came up playing in clubs, playing these games in clubs before there was even really any game consoles that you could play them on.
Right.
But and then you talked about the progression of how these things progress and into these cool game consoles now. I remember when Quake and Doom came out. Do you remember those games?
I do. I do. You know what? I thought when Quake and Doom came out, and Doom Arena or Quake Arena, I can't remember which one. Yeah. I thought this should be illegal. How can a game like this, a first-person shooter with a gun in your hand, right?
Oh, you're just wiping everybody out, man.
I thought, man, it's like it should be like rated X. I really was confused. Yeah, I was really confused that this was, you had Tipper Gore complaining about Judas Priest records, right? And the PMRC and all of that stuff that was going on, and the rating systems with records. But you're going to have Quake and Doom, being played by kids. I was confused by that. I really was. I thought it was just so violent.
It was. So now, I mean, I have Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know if you played that.
Haven't. Heard it's highly recommended by everybody.
Please be very careful with it because it will take over your entire life for probably at least a month.
That's what I hear, man.
Where you will go to bed and you will dream about that stupid game, what you should be doing, and you can't wait to wake up because you can't wait to turn it back on. It is the most addictive, crazy thing I've ever seen. It's really something amazing.
Now, I heard, can you confirm this, that there is a flying saucer in the game at one point?
So there is a Bigfoot that will talk to you.
Okay.
And if you get in the right place at the right time, and he will talk to you from the rocks. And then I've found the place where the UFO is supposed to show up, but I have not. You've got to be there between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. or something. You got to be there at the right time. And but yes, supposedly there is a UFO that comes and hangs out over your head.
Oh, Cassandra just posted Duke Nukem. Remember Duke Nukem?
Oh, Duke Nukem.
Oh, I just thought, wow. Oh, man, that shotgun.
Man,
how can this be legal?
Amazing? You know what's amazing is how much money these dadgum games make now.
It's an insane amount of money.
I mean, it's like hundreds of millions of dollars. It's like a hugely successful movie when they release these games.
That's right. It's no different. It's no different, and it's treated the same actually. And you think about the red carpet, and if you're an actor today, okay, you want to go and star in a new film. You know what? Mm-hmm. It's also just as cool in Hollywood to be the voice of. Right? The next video game. You want to be that cat. And it pays, man.
Absolutely.
It pays.
Man, I bet it does. You would be good at that, man. You'd be good at voiceover in games.
I would enjoy it. It's so competitive, Mark. You have no idea.
I'm sure.
It is so competitive. And it's probably more vicious than acting. It's probably more vicious than playing guitar in a band. It might be more vicious than that. Put that, does that kind of put it into perspective for you? It's rough, man.
Big time.
It's big rough. Time. Mark, enjoy your weekend, my friend, and thank you for the phone call.
All right, brother. You'll be good.
Go Beckley Teppy.
Go back in the teepee.
Mark from Dallas, right there. I got to get out of here. I got to take a break. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight, Fadernight, open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. Taking a break tonight. That's right. We're not talking about all that other stuff. We're talking about breakfast cereals and video games. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I'm a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Again, visit ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, Fadernauts, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting, interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations, unlimited listening, unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Go Beckley Tappy.
Okay, nurse, let's get this man to the ER stat.
Right away, doctor.
We see this every day. Heart attack or angina pain due to blocked and clogged arteries. Chelation can remove obstructions or blockages from arteries and help avoid painful and expensive surgery. Now there's Angioprim. It's a liquid oral chelation product that you take with juice. You start to feel the results fast. Angioprim increases blood flow all over the body, and that means more energy and strength to take on the day with less aches and pains. 60 years of research has gone into chelation, and Angioprim is the result. A safe and easy way to unblock your veins and arteries from buildup that slow circulation.
Paging Dr. Jones. Please report to the emergency room right away.
Log on now to angioprim.com. That's ANGIOPRIM.com. Or to speak with a trained consultant. Give Angioprim a call at 954-882-7221. That's 954-882-7221.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA Digital Broadcast Station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And this is Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
We're of the Honey Brothers.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Got to say hello to everybody out there. Everybody on Twitter, everybody in the Sandbox, everybody over in the Spreaker chat room, everybody at KGRA The Planet, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Facebook, everybody on Twitter. We're broadcasting live everywhere. on all of the feeds. So hello to everybody. Tonight, we're taking a break. That's right. We're not talking about anything except breakfast cereals and gaming. With that, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, it's Jonathan.
Jonathan, where are you calling from?
Mendocino County.
Mendocino County. You guys, at least up there, you got the bud. I'm just saying. I had to say it. I had to say it. So
we do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do, Jonathan. So tonight it's breakfast cereals and video games. What's the best video game today? What are you playing?
You know, as far as video games, I don't really play video games. But if I was to play a video game, I would probably play something like Star Wars, like The Force Awakens, Lego Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Like they have Lego video games too.
Yeah. I heard it's great.
I'd probably play something like that. But, you know, and the breakfast cereals, you know, to stick with your topic. And then I've got something special for you that I saved just for you. So it finally came in the mail today, and I think you might be curious. So anyway, the breakfast cereal thing, back in the day, back in the 80s and the 70s, there was cereals that produced toys. And I always would look for the best toy in the cereal.
Of course. That was an art.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah, and like they had these Star Wars toys that were foldable. They were cardboard, and you could fold them into like an X-wing fighter or a TIE fighter,
right?
Or umpteen little things. And I thought that was really cool. I thought those were really cool. So anyway, a long time ago in Alaska, I used to record a lot of stuff, and as a kid, a younger guy, I used to watch a lot of news. And anyway, in the course of recording and watching news, a little segment happened to come on the television from a newscast. And I saw it on KTUU. That was a station back in Soldotna, Alaska, where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and so anyway, I recorded this newscast, and like I recorded a lot of things back then. Anyway, so I got this newscast, and I'm glad I recorded it because it was one of the strangest things I'd ever heard. And so just recently, probably in the last, I'd say 4 years, I think 4 years or so, I heard Linda Moulton Howe talking about this particular newscast.
And you're talking about the pyramid and the Sphinx and the hills in the mountains.
Absolutely. And so I recall, and I saw the newscast, and I remember them talking about the pyramid, and I thought how strange it was because they were talking about it from a nuclear test in China somewhere. Yeah, oddly enough. And that's how they were getting the readings, evidently. And anyway, so I asked my family to send me the recordings and the copies of the videotapes. And so I have that newscast, and it's in the mail to you. I'm sending it to the address I got off whatever. Maybe that's not even you, but hopefully it is.
Don't put it in the mail yet.
Okay.
Write Rita at jimmychurchradio.com, and she'll send you the shipping address. Because, yeah. We have a very, very specific address to receive mail on.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. So and write Rita. She'll give you that address, and I cannot wait. It's on videotape.
It's on VHS videotape. Yes.
Okay.
And I've checked them, and they're good. The quality's good. You can hear it and see it, and it's just like wow. And Linda would be she would really want this, so you could pass it along to her or whatever, and maybe do a show on it.
Okay, I can't wait to see it, Jonathan. This is really look. Everybody has talked about the newscast. As everyone knows by now that's followed this case and this story, the station says they don't have copies of it anymore, which is very, very strange. So you've got it. I want to see it. Write Rita. She'll give you the address, and I cannot wait. Okay? I'm really looking forward to this. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. You're so welcome. That's a little gift from me to you. And then I had another question. I just wanted to ask and see what you thought about this. So for like the last 10 years, we'll say 10 years, I've been watching this particular object in the sky, and lots of people will say that this object is Venus, or that it's another object. Now, I haven't done the star chart thing yet, but I just wanted to run it by you and see what you thought. So I've called observatories, though. I called the one in L.A. there, and I asked their head astronomer, about this object. And it's the same object. It's the brightest object in the sky right after sunset. And sometimes it follows the pattern of the moon. And so anyway, the observatory kind of acted like they didn't really understand what I was talking about. They kind of acted like they didn't know, or they weren't seeing it.
Right.
And then they said it was too low to get it in the telescope and view it. And it has rather anomalistic, what I would describe as anomalistic features. And, and maybe my observation is just way out there, and too many dead shows and gatherings or whatever. But, maybe not. I tend to think I'm fairly sharp, and so it's a huge object. Have you seen it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
We started to talk about this maybe 3-4 years ago on the show. Rita and I started to see this object in the sky, heading out to the northwest of our home here in Burbank. And we use a program on our cell phones called Night Sky. Okay, it's free to download. You can download it. I think there's a paid version of it, whatever, but you can just get it for free. It's called Night Sky. I use the free version of it. And you just hold it up, and you can see every single star, planet, and everything else that's up in the sky. And this particular object was not showing up in Night Sky. I brought it up on the air, and I started to get reports not only here from Southern California, but around the country from people seeing the exact same thing. And then one night we went out there and it was gone. It wasn't there. And so I don't, get Night Sky. That's what I would suggest first. Get Night Sky, go out there and check it out. And
it doesn't come up with Night Sky, is that right?
Well, ours didn't, but it's been about a year and a half or 2 years since it disappeared, and it hasn't come back. I don't know how to explain it. It could have been, like a military satellite or something that they were geopositioning in each night. And
it was there tonight. I watched it. It's still up there.
Okay, well, there you go. Go to Google Store, right? Go to Apple Store or whatever. Get Night Sky, download it, go outside and check it out. All right?
Sweet.
Give me a call back next week, Jonathan. Don't forget to write Rita so she can get you that address, okay?
I will not. And what address do I write Rita with? How do I do that?
Rita at jimmychurchradio.com.
Rita at jimmychurchradio.com. Roger that.
Thank you, Jonathan.
You're welcome.
Go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, John from Mendocino. And everybody out there, get Night Sky. Get Night Sky. It's fun just to, you're looking up and you're like, wow, what star is that? Is that a planet? What is that? Boom, Night Sky. You can also, with Night Sky, point it at your feet and see the sky in China, right? You just move this thing around no matter what. And it's cool how it's got the horizon with the mountains and things in the background. It's really cool. It's called Night Sky. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
JT in Indy.
It's who in Indy?
JT in Indianapolis.
Hi, Jay.
Driving the truck for you, Jimmy.
Right on, JT. Man, it's good to hear your voice, my man. How are you? How you doing?
Oh, pretty good, man. So, yeah, Mark was right on about that grape nuts. I remember back, I think it was like 1800s, the first commercial cereal manufactured was granola. It was made by some guy who ran a medical sanitarium or something. He used like graham flour but Mark was saying how it had to soak overnight, and I remember that it said it needed to soak overnight after he broke it up. And anyway, Mark was right on about it.
Yeah, you're right about that too. I do remember that the first cereal, which was a granola, was made by a doctor at a sanitarium.
Yeah.
Hey, I mentioned earlier tonight, since you're calling from Naptown, I mentioned earlier tonight about the first video game at an arcade, which the arcade was at 38th and Midhofer, right across the street.
Wow, yeah.
Across the street from John Marshall High School, and and the arcade was next to a Hook's Drugs. Is Hook's Drugs still in Indianapolis? Are they still around?
No, they're gone, long gone. Hook's long gone.
Oh man, that bums me out.
You went up right down. My dad had a shoe repair shop up South Bend. It's Town and Country Mall, and there's a Hook's Drug on the corner. Grandma give us a quarter. Go get something, run down there.
I know, right?
Long gone.
and what about Linders? Is Linders still around?
Linders? No Linders either.
Wow. They used to have
I know.
They had the ice cream shop inside.
Yep.
Man.
Oh, yeah. Get that root beer float in there, man. That's my...
I swear. When Linders would have, once a year, they would have their double dip sale. So you can get a double dip ice cream cone for like a nickel or quarter, whatever it was. Oh, man, that was... Man.
It's a nickel.
Man, I miss those days. So what's on your mind tonight, JT? Are you you drive a truck? Do you have time to video game?
No, I was going to say I apologize. That's actually one of the things I was going to apologize. I used to back in the day. I was killer at Nintendo Top Gun, but so many hours, you working out here 10 to 14 hours a day, you got to get your rest, man. So I haven't video gamed for years, because of that.
Now, what about breakfast cereals? What are you eating today?
Honey Nut Bunches of O's with almonds.
Oh, I love that. That's
whole milk and River Moon coffee, nice and hot, sitting there next to it. A little bite of that.
Oh man!
But I like to. I don't like to put a lot of milk in it, but I let it get soggy. I eat it down. Then that little bit of milk left, I pour more in there. I don't pour any more milk in. I get that bottom of the milk, and I eat that out, and then I'll usually drink down that last few sips of milk there.
Honey Bunches of Oats came out of nowhere, right? Because
I know.
Breakfast cereals were kind of just set, okay? We had what we had. It's good. And where are we going to go from here? And then Honey Bunches of Oats, man, came out of nowhere. And
mine used to be like Frosted Flakes, and then all of a sudden, bam, Honey Bunch Nuts of Oats.
I know. And there was what was the maple covered Wheaties? What was that called? The maple. Oh. Come on, somebody's got to help me out here.
I can't remember, but I liked them too. Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, they were good. Man, I can't remember what it was called. I can't remember. Man, it had something to do with vitamins. Anyway, that was a good cereal too.
Can we talk music a little bit or not?
Yeah. Go ahead. It's your show.
Well, I just wondered what kind of pickups you like. I got these. I don't know if you saw that bass on my Twitter account. I built that myself out of parts and painted it diamond emerald or diamond white Cadillac Diamond White.
Yeah, I saw
Tri-coat.
That. Yep.
Yeah. So I got some E1s in there that they're built from a kid in California. He doesn't look that old. I don't know if I can give his website. I don't know, but there's the guy that does the guns and guitars. The video did a really good video on the precision pickups and the jazz bass pickups. But I got some 1/4-inch wound nickel pick magnets in there. They're wound. He hand winds them and stuff. Man, they got some punch because instead of the regular 1/8-inch B magnet, they got the 1/4-inch in there. He does make an E2, which has the 1/8-inch, but I just wonder what kind of pickups you like in your guitars.
By the way, it was buckwheats.
Buckwheat, yeah.
Man,
oh yeah,
I loved buckwheats, man. God, I used to eat the crap out of those.
Must be a Midwest thing, right?
Yeah. I'm a Seymour Duncan guy, so I've got Seymour Duncans in just about. I'm looking around. I've got Seymour Duncans in every guitar, except my Ibanez is. All of those still have the Ibanez stock pickups in it. I have one Ibanez that's got DiMarzios in it, but everything else, it's Seymour Duncan.
Yeah, he does guitar pickups.
Seymour Duncan.
I mean,
yeah, Seymour Duncan. And these are a Duncan JBs. That's a Duncan JB. I've got a Eddie Van Halen Frankenstein in this guitar. That's Seymour Duncan.
Yeah, I saw that.
I've got the Seymour Duncan.
He made me cry too, you know.
No,
he makes me cry every time I hear him.
Absolutely. And then in my Strats, I've got Seymour Duncan Yngwie Malmsteens, the YJM Furies. So that's all Seymour Duncan. Just about.
Like, how about lead singers or frontmen like John Schlitz? You like him?
My favorite frontman. Oh, that's a whole nother discussion.
I know.
There's a few guys that I just think that stand out, and they're a little bit different from each other. But Graham Bonnet, I just love him. Ronnie James Dio, love him. Rob Halford, Jeff Tate, of course Robert Plant. And there's just so many others, David Coverdale,
Peter Rivera,
back in the day. But there are so many.
Steve Perry, Geddy Lee, Kevin Cronin, all them guys. But they're all unique in their own way. Like you said, they all got that. You hear them and you go, okay, that's REO Speedwagon, that's Journey.
Hey,
that's Head East, with John Schlitz,
I don't want to love Head East, by the way. That's such an Indianapolis thing.
Oh, they're one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is the new series, the new season of Ozark features...
don't spoil it. I've only watched the first episode.
Hold on. Kevin Cronin. That's right. REO Speedwagon. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait. You just wait. Just wait.
No, wait.
Just wait.
All right. Now I got to binge watch it when I'm off the next time. I try to binge watch, but like I said, we got to get our sleep.
When they bring up REO Speedwagon, they do about 3 episodes of REO. When they first bring it up, you're like, no way. Did they just say REO Speedwagon?
Oh, wait, they did it in the first episode.
No, you said
bring REO Speedwagon to the casino, right?
That's right. That's right. Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. It's worth it, too. It's worth it.
Okay. Oh, man, you got me cranked now.
Oh, man. JT.
Hey, I know you got a lot of callers out there. I just want to say one last thing. You always praise the truckers.
I do.
And I appreciate that. But you know what? Red Sovine, I don't know if you know him or not. He's the one that did Teddy Bear and all those trucking songs back in the day, but the one song he did that really means a lot to me is called The Woman Behind the Man Behind the Wheel.
Right on. Right on.
And that's my wife. I got the best wife supporting me out here every night,
And you have to. You have to.
Yep.
You have
So
to.
I mean, what you got to put it out to the woman behind the man behind the wheel. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Anyway.
Yeah. No. And
hey, I want to say numbers as far as this virus thing. Don't cut me off. Just say numbers 6:24 to 26 to everybody out there. Look it up. It's in the Bible. And go Beckley Teppy, Jimmy.
Go Beckley Teppy, JT. Let me hear that horn. I love it, man. I love it.
All right, buddy.
I'll talk to
Have
you.
a good one, bud.
You got it.
All right, brother.
JT from Indianapolis calling me from his truck, getting it done out there. And thank you so much, JT. Seriously, how cool is that? When somebody out there that is making sure that this country is in check and everything is good calls in while he is working and is listening to Fade to Black. It just doesn't get any better. Thank you so much for that, JT. And I know you're listening right now. The very best. And I miss Indianapolis every single day. And oh, man, I'm looking at the clock. Is this back-to-back Indianapolis calls?
Yes.
Who's this?
My name is Angie.
Angie, what part of Indianapolis?
Well, I grew up on the east side I lived on Walcott and Michigan Street. I went to Tech High School.
You went to Tech, okay. Yes. I went to Warren Central.
Oh. We were rivals.
Yeah, that's your response, Angie? Come on. But she just, you know what? I just put Angie into shock. She couldn't believe it. Warren Central.
Well, I wanted to tell you, the hooks are not around anymore. They're called CVS's, and there is a Hooks original store pharmacy at the Indianapolis Fairgrounds, and you can go in there and get soda shops. They make your drinks, and they have the old prescriptions and everything. It's like a museum.
Yeah, I miss Hooks. You know, and like I said, Linder's. There were certain things about Indianapolis that were singular and growing up there. And one of those things for anybody from Indianapolis that knows, you've got Speedway and the Indianapolis 500. That's fine, and I get that. And
did you see they moved the 500 this year to August?
Yeah, to August. Yeah. At least
I love that. That's my favorite time of the month. May is always my favorite time of the month, and they moved it to August, and it's just depressing now.
Yeah, I know. We got to roll with the punches. But for me, growing up, going to Hooks or going to Linder's with the change in my pocket and buying now-laters, and then getting all bent out on sugar, and then going next door to the arcade. I did that every day all summer long, during summer vacation. That's part of my life. And to have Hooks to be no more, that kind of bums me out.
Well, my husband wanted to know what year you left Indiana.
I left Indiana in 1984.
Well, he was talking about that ship. You said you saw a ship or something, alien ship or something. 1979. Where did you see that at?
In Indianapolis? No, I never saw anything in. No, you're talking about. No, that was in Chicago. That wasn't in.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, that was 1972. That was up in.
So when's the last time you were back here in Indiana to visit? Have you been back to visit?
Oh yeah. I've been back to a bunch of Indy 500s, and I've got friends and family there. I haven't been back to Indy. Oh, you're gonna throw me under the bus, but it's been probably close to 20 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to come back and cover the 500.
I know, and I've been telling.
What do you think about Roger Penske owning the IndyCar and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway? Well, you think that's a good fit?
Of course, I like Penske. He's a good dude.
I love Roger. He's so nice.
He's a good dude. Well, hey, listen, Angie, is that your husband in the background?
Yeah, I wanted to know if you remember the honeycombs with the license plate.
Of course. And listen, I want you guys to have a great weekend. I got to head to a break, but I love Indianapolis, and I want you guys to be safe out there.
We love you, and you need to come back and visit us.
I will, okay? You'll hear me talk about it right here on the show. Jimmy. You too. Thank you, Angie.
Bye-bye.
Go Beckley Tepe. That's what I'm talking about. Indianapolis in the house. I have got to take a break right here. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. Tonight we are escaping. It's all breakfast cereals and video games all night long. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Do you want to be an official Fadernight? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, Fadernauts, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting, interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations, unlimited listening, unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Go Beckley Tepe.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
If you have hard water, the lime scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate lime scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. I'm just going to let everybody know our phone system here is completely jammed. Completely jammed. It's insane. And I know a lot of people are trying to get through. Also, we are giving away 4 Fade to Black memberships tonight. So if you're in need and you don't have a membership and you're staying at home, give me a call, okay? And if you get through, I will gift you a membership, okay? And with that, I am going to get back. Man, these phones, I'm telling you, they're just overwhelmed. Let me clear out some of these phone calls and see if I can squeeze some more in. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Spaced Out Steve from Bethany, Oklahoma.
Hey, Spaced Out Steve from Bethany, Oklahoma. How are you, man?
I'll tell you what. I'm doing good. You knocked on 2 of the 3 things that would be a marriage breaker in my society. So the first one would be, asking to choose between music and the relationship. The second one is taking away my cereal. And the third one is taking away my video games. So
yeah.
You got me kind of riled up tonight.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
You got me riled up. But hey, let's talk about those video games. Let's step back from the console. I remember 1942 as an arcade game. And how about Dragon's Lair?
Yeah,
in the arcade.
Yeah. Dragon's Lair was pretty cool. That was groundbreaking. That was a groundbreaking game.
Yeah, it was so cool. I spent like $75 on my quarters that wanted to get mine. So hey.
Yeah. I remember.
But
I remember Scramble. I remember getting $20, 2 rolls of quarters for Scramble, and it lasted about 90 minutes, right? I mean, I was just pumping them in.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then we lived in Upper Michigan, so we, took all of our bottles and cans from, our crazy uncle's drinking, and, took them back to the gas station and got our, $5 for the day so we could spend the day playing on the arcade game.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a way to get around it. There was a strategy to get your quarters. I would do the same thing for gas for the mini bikes. It was the same thing.
You do, and you risk you want to step outside, because you put your quarter in the wrong spot. So,
what are you playing? What are you playing today, though?
Well, playing today, sadly, I put it up, but we did get out Mortal Kombat. I think it's the newest crap. I don't keep track anymore. There's like 14 of them, but we do have a mandatory once a week 45-minute Mortal Kombat. Bouts between our family. That way there's no fisticuffs that actually happen within our family.
Yeah. I actually wanted to do that with Rita maybe 10 or 15 years ago. I said to her, let's get a Mortal Kombat. Let's get a boxing game. Let's get in there and just slug it out.
I know when my wife hands me the controller, I'd either did something wrong or we just have to sit down and just do it right then and there. So,
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, Steve.
And the other thing, come on now, cereal. I love cereal, but you know what? My wife took my cereal away, and you're paranormal, so I've been getting visions from above and below and beyond from this whole time. And when I quit cereal, I stopped getting the visions, and I thought, what the heck? What's going on? But you know what? Just like Men in Black, I added sugar back into everything I drank, and my visions came back. But man, you're talking about cereal, naming all of them, and I haven't had it in like 6 months. So thanks a lot. You're really breaking my heart tonight.
I'll talk to you, Steve. Thank you for that. And I believe they are connected. Go back.
All right. Well, take care, Jimmy. Thank you very much.
And there is something about video gaming, dreaming. Okay, I want you to stay with me on this. Dreaming and sugar and cereal late at night. I 100% believe they are connected. Now, if you would like to get your own Fade to Black membership, you're at home, you are in need, you do not have a Fade to Black membership, I want you to give me a call. We're giving away 4 tonight, 747-228-2051. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, what's going on?
It's you. Who's calling?
Yeah, Well, it's Keith. I was going to use my real name. They want me to use my real name. Last time I used my YouTube channel name, and you sound kind of confused. so I'm going to use my name. My name is Keith this time.
Right on, Keith. Where are you calling from?
Brownsville, Texas.
Brownsville, Texas. What's on your mind tonight? What video game are you playing?
Yeah, well, real quick, I will give a shout out to the YouTube chat, Zinzabill, Blast Ed Hat, Rita out there, and all my all the YouTube chat people. But yeah, the very first video game I remember as a kid, I got an Atari, and the very first game was Space Invaders.
Awesome. And what about Missile Command? I remember playing that too as well. I liked Missile Command.
Yeah, that too. But do you remember back then? It was like Ataris were like over $100. So I mean, that's ridiculous for that time.
But you got Missile Command, you got Space Invaders, and
yeah, they had Pitfall.
Yeah, Pitfall. That's right. That came free with the Atari.
Yeah, then they had that really cheap Pac-Man. God, what was that one where you had of course they had Pong, but what was that one that you had a fire through a wall, and this like little thing kept, gosh, man.
Breakout.
No, it wasn't Breakout. It was
what?
It was some space game, but the same Yar's Revenge. That's it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, see, we're going back. That's right. I forgot about Breakout. I can't believe I just remembered Breakout. I would have never thought of that if you hadn't mentioned it.
Back then, when you were a kid, I thought I was in the future seeing those games.
We all do.
And you look back on it now, and it's kind of laughable.
If you think about how groundbreaking Pong was, I couldn't figure out, and I still to this day I can't, but to have the TV screen, a computer where it's set up for that, okay, makes sense. But to have the TV screen work like that blew my mind. And then the shooting game with the guns pointing at the screen, how did that work? I never quite figured that out. It trips me out to this day.
Well, you grew up in the 70s, right, Jimmy?
Yep.
Do you remember this was before like the arcade games. Do you remember the pinball arcades?
I do.
Wow, man, that must have been some trippy stuff.
Yeah, it was. We had a place in Indianapolis. It was called the Quarter Deck, right? Like a quarter deck of cards, right? The Quarter Deck. And that arcade was packed 7 days a week until closing. It had pool tables and stuff, and it had the video gaming on one side and the pool tables on the other. And you couldn't even stand in there. It was packed. Packed.
What were they charging back then, like per game?
It was a quarter. Yeah, it was a quarter. Yeah, it was a quarter. It was a quarter. It was a quarter.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I mean that was the technology back then. I mean it was great back then, but now you look back on it, and it comes such a far. It's come such a far. A long way from back then.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're hanging out over there in YouTube. What's everybody talking about tonight over on YouTube?
Oh man, YouTube chat is so cool. Everybody's talking about cereal, and they're talking about video games, and Rita's keeping everybody in check.
She keeps me in check. You think she keeps that chat room in check? You need to hang out at the house one day and see what goes on. She's love her to death, man. Well, Keith, thank you for the phone call, my friend. Do you have a Fade to Black membership?
No, sir, I don't.
Why not?
Well, I'm a disabled veteran, and I'm kind of like on a fixed income, so the income I get from them, it kind of goes to everything, so I can't really afford it.
What you want a membership?
Oh man, that would be great.
Okay, Keith, all you got to just do me this solid. Write Rita at jimmychurchradio.com, give her your information, and we'll gift you a membership for a year. How's that?
Dude, brother, you're so cool, Jimmy.
No, you're cool, Keith, and thank you for everything, my friend.
Go bleblik teple, however you say it. I can't.
Close enough, Keith. You earned it, man. You earned it. Thank you so much.
All right, Jimmy, thanks.
Thank you. Now, go write Rita right now. Take care of business.
What was it again? Rita?
She'll give you it.
Rita
at jimmychurchradio.com.
All right, Jimmy, I'll do that right now.
Thank you, Keith. Have a great night. Man. Go Beckley Tepe.
You too.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a perfect phone call. That right there is a perfect phone call. Thank you so much, Keith. And, man, these phones are nuts. I'm just letting you people know right now, these phones are absolutely crazy. All right, and I'm trying to keep up with this. It is crazy. You can see me now on the camera. I'm just moving stuff around. And, yeah, they're just jammed up. I'm trying to keep everything from overloading, and I can see right when it starts to do that. It's really, really funny. Okay, I'm just doing the best that I can. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, this is Robin from Virginia.
Hi, Robin from Virginia. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, sir?
We're talking about breakfast cereals and video games. Does it get any better than that? I don't think so, Robin.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm not a breakfast cereal fan.
That's impossible. That's impossible. I'm not.
No, really, I didn't grow up with it. I loved the commercials watching the cartoons way back when, but didn't eat the stuff. It was too sugary.
Oh, man. Okay, are you really going to stick to this story?
Yeah, I really am, because it's the truth.
And so what did you eat? What would you eat? Bacon and eggs?
Yeah, or yogurt or, the fruity stuff.
Yogurt. Okay, all right, that's good enough. I'll buy into that. I'll buy into that. All right.
And as far as video games go, well, I have to tell you, I feel like I'm living in one.
Yeah, no lie.
But the reason I called tonight is because I wanted to share with your viewers my stay-at-home therapy. And that is, I spend at least 30 to 45 minutes a day watching the old comedies, like George Carlin or Bernie Mac or Richard Pryor or Robin Williams.
Who's your favorite?
I don't know that I have one favorite, but I guess my default would be George Carlin.
Yep, there you go. There you go.
I mean, some of his stuff is priceless, and some of it is so reminiscent of what's going on right now. I mean, he was a truth teller in his own way.
He was seeing the future in 1970. And, if you go back that far, you look at his stuff in the 70s and, late 70s through the 80s, and what he was talking about, with religion and who was controlling the world and the education system and how we treated each other, and politics. He had a vision of the future. He saw it. He read it. And it was just absolutely amazing. Did you see him? What was that film? Dogma. Did you see him in Dogma?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, he plays a Catholic priest. It is good. It's funny. But I'm totally with you. Go and watch the old comedies and check out, and laugh. It's good for you.
Well, I wanted to share that because I think life is a little too serious right now, and laughter definitely makes the soul sing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we have been, Rita and I, for a day and a half now, we fired up the PlayStation 4. And as any gamer will tell you, especially when you start off in a new game, but when you get into the game, 3-4 hours goes by, you have to concentrate, and you're trying to figure stuff out, and you are not thinking about anything. Right? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like, oh, wow. And it is one of the great escapes. Get the console out, knock the dust off of it, and go and do it. Or like what you are doing, get into some comedy. Just get into it, watch it, and check out. It is unbelievably soothing.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're staying safe and keeping yourself busy.
And the same goes to you, Robin. Thank you so much. And
that was a great interview last night, by the way.
Yeah, isn't she amazing? Isn't she
was
amazing?
Good.
Isn't she amazing? I can't wait to get her back on. And I think that everybody that knows Andrea knows where she's coming from, and they were excited about the show. For those out there that have never heard Andrea speak before, it was a fresh take on things. She went through a lot, and with the movie The Conjuring and what her family went through, she went through a lot. But she went through other things too as well. And when you do that, we need to stop and listen to what she has to say. She's got experience. She's got experiences and things that we never dealt with. I never did. I never lived in a haunted house. I never dealt with that stuff before. And it's great to hear her take on things and life.
Well, thank you, Jimmy, and go Beckley Tempe.
Go Beckley Tempe. Thank you, Robin. And be safe out there. Thank you for the phone call. And let's just keep this rolling. A lot of calls on hold. I'm just letting everybody know. I'm trying my best. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy. It's from Atascadero.
This is who?
Scott from Atascadero.
Scott from Atascadero. How are you, man?
I'm pretty good. How are you, Jimmy?
Tell everybody where Atascadero is, because they probably have never.
San Luis Obispo County. It's right in between L.A. and San Francisco.
And you are also home to the State Prison Mental Hospital.
Oh, Atascadero State Hospital. Yep, we do have that here.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yep, it hides back there in the hills a little bit, but we do have it. Yes.
Yeah, as far as state prison mental hospitals go, that's got a pretty nice view. Right, you got the Pacific Ocean. You're right there. Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, Atascadero is actually about 15 miles inland from the coast. So.
Oh, you can't see the Pacific Ocean from there.
Yeah, we're right off the 101. The 101 highway goes right through Atascadero, so it kind of turns inland once you go through San Luis Obispo. If you're coming north on the 101, you go through like the 5 cities, which is like Oceano, Grover Beach, Pismo, Shell Beach, and then it turns inland, and then you go through San Luis Obispo, and then up from there north, Atascadero, and then after that it's Paso Robles, and then on to like Salinas and up towards the Bay Area.
Yeah, it heads up to San Francisco. The highway, most people don't know this, it doesn't go completely up the coast all the way up California. Right there, makes a right-hand turn, heads inland.
Right. Yeah.
Now I remember. I'm gonna say this was 10 years ago. I read an article online about somebody that was complaining that with the California prison system, that the prisoners, the inmates at Atascadero had it too good. Right, that it was like a summer camp, and they had a view of the Pacific Ocean anyway, so I read that, and so I had always pictured Atascadero up on the hill Overlooking the Pacific Ocean, like Malibu, like one of the homes in Malibu.
Right.
So that was my. So you're saying that is not the case. It's actually way inland.
It's inland, yeah. But the funny thing is down in San Luis Obispo, we have the CMC, California Men's Colony, which is a prison. So we actually have an actual prison as well. It's in San Luis Obispo, kind of in between, on the way out towards Morro Bay, which is a coastal town that's on the beach.
Right. Now, do they have a view of the Pacific Ocean?
Not the prison. The prison doesn't. No.
Okay. There you go.
No.
All right. So Scott, what video game are you playing today?
The only thing I've been really doing is Skyrim.
I hear it's great.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, magic. I think there's one now you can actually play online with other players around the world. I don't have that one. I just have the one singular player where you create your own character and go on quests and kill dragons and have kind of magic spells. Or you could be a barbarian, or you could be a dark elf, or you'd be a sorcerer, or all kinds of different characters you can create and choose.
Yeah, I always in all of those types of games, I always go for the barbarian. The casting of the spells, and I know everybody's into that. That's cool. I like to have a club in each hand, or like a battle axe in each hand.
Right, big old warhammer.
Yeah, big warhammer. 2 giant swords, or an axe and a sword. Just go at it. That's heavy armor. That's what I would do.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, so we just got Diablo 3. And haven't fired it up yet, but I loved Diablo 2, and it's just that, right? Where you can be a sorcerer, these different characters, but it was always the barbarian, the big dude with the sword in each hand. That's me. That's me all the way.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if few games that come out in the future, because they're coming up with all those, headgear with the virtual type things, and it'd be pretty interesting if they put something, get together where, or even like a room that you go into, and then you become the actual character in the setting, so it almost make you feel like you're there doing it, actually acting it out,
Yeah, and I fear that the next thing that Rita and I are going to have, we're going to have 2 VR Oculus headsets, and we're going to be sitting there in our living room with headsets on, clubbing each other with battle axes. But that'll be next. Right now, we're doing No Man's Sky. We still have God of War 3 that we've got to get through. We've got Uncharted 4. We only did probably 10% of that game. We've got to go and finish that. And we have God of War 3. We've got to finish that. So, yeah, we've got a lot of video games in front of us we got to clear out before we start venturing into something else.
Yeah, that's the one thing. That's one thing one of the reasons why I didn't want to get more than one game, because even with doing Skyrim, when I used to get into it when I first got it, I mean, I would go, especially on the weekends when I'm not working or whatever, you get up in the morning and you start, and next thing you know, it's 10 o'clock at night and 14 hours have gone by like that.
I love it. I love it. Hey, really quick, before I've got to head to a commercial break, what's your favorite breakfast cereal?
Ooh. Well, not much of one anymore, but when I used to, I was a pretty dedicated Cap'n Crunch.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there was endless Saturdays of watching Bugs Bunny Roadrunner and having two to three bowls of that every Saturday.
And nothing wrong with that, Scott. That was my...
And having the roof of my mouth cut apart from eating it too soon.
I miss those days. Thank you so much, Scott. Be safe up there.
All right, go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe. And Scott lives in one of the most beautiful places in the entire country. And San Luis, Atascadero, up there on the coast, Pismo Beach, absolutely beautiful part of the world. Thank you for the phone call, Scott. And going to take a break right here. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight. Tonight we're taking a break. It's all about breakfast cereals and video games all night long. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to GetTheT.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's GetTheT.com.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRARadio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
So are you tired of being tired? Well, then it's time to get the tea. Hey, it's Lisa here to tell you about this all-natural, all-organic tea I've been drinking that has had great results for over 20 years. It's called Life Change Tea, and it's specially formulated to help detoxify and cleanse your kidneys, liver, colon, and blood all at once. The colon is one of the most ignored organs in the human body. The faster that waste is eliminated from the body, the less time that waste sits in our intestines, spreading toxins to our bloodstream. This tea helps cleanse chemicals caused by outside intruders from our entire digestive system. And get this, weight loss can be a side effect. And with continued use of the tea, you can experience clearer, healthier, younger looking skin, increased energy, and a happier outlook on life. So if you're tired of being tired, get the Life Change Tea at GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. And like me, you'll be glad you did.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi available, you can still listen to every minute of Fade to Black by just calling 605-562-4482? No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan and no extra cost if you have unlimited minutes. Just call 605-562-4482. You can listen to me, Jimmy Church, on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Go Beckley Tappy.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why Fade to Black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I've never seen the phone system overloaded like this. Yeah, if you're trying to get through and if you're on hold, you know what's going on. We're just jammed up. We're just jammed up. And there you go. Okay, but you just keep trying to call, and if you're on hold, stay right there. I'm going to try to get to everybody. 747-228-2051. I'm giving out the phone number because so many are calling and not getting through or sitting on hold because everything is overloaded. I love it. It's great. But, I it's a little frustrating on my end. But Here we go. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Dave in South L.A.
Hey, Dave. How are you, my man? Everything good?
Oh, yeah, everything's good. We're holding up well. Enjoying all the talk tonight, so I was going to skip over some of the political stuff and save that for another night. But the shows this week and the people you've interviewed all seem to be recapitulating a lot of the same themes. You know, you're hearing it from different people in different angles, but a lot of the same themes are coming through right now as regard to what we do right now at this time.
Yeah, I agree with you, David. And, you know, there's something else strange that, you know, I bring up breakfast cereals and video games, and that is something that everybody can relate to, right? It's, you know, and what's really funny about that, because all of us come from different backgrounds. We all have different jobs, we have different things, and so forth. But you bring in the common denominator, right? Like, so it doesn't matter what your background is, doesn't matter what your religion is, it doesn't matter who your parents were, what you do for a job, your political leanings, it doesn't matter. We all love breakfast cereal, and we all play video games.
True that. And certainly, you know, we grew up in this baby boomer culture that just sat you down in front of the TV and gave you a bowl of cereal first thing on, you know, gave you, 2 ounces of pure sugar every morning to, you know, affect your mind and body every day.
I remember.
I don't know how we survived it.
I know. I remember early on, and then my mom gave up on this once we were old enough to deal with it ourselves. She would get up, get out the milk, and the bowls and the cereal, put it on the table, and go back to bed.
Smart.
Yeah. And I clearly remember that going down. As a parent today, I totally get it. I totally understand. You know, you work all week, you get to Saturday, and you're trying to sleep in, and you've got 3-4 kids and a couple of them that are sleeping over from the neighbors, whatever. And you guys are up at the crack of dawn, turning on the TV and terrorizing the house. I feel so bad for my parents now when I think about it. But that's what we did, man. There was nothing better than having a gallon of milk and a couple of boxes of cereal in front of the TV in the living room on the rug and getting it on. That was.
And then we watched the cartoons sponsored by the cereals we were eating.
Absolutely.
So,
100%.
Alphabets.
Yeah, Alphabets, Honeycomb. Sugar Smacks.
Sugar Smacks and Sugar Bear originally came from, you know, a cartoon show that we sat down and did this every day. And it just, I'm surprised we turned out as well as we did. It was a failed experiment, but it must have worked on somebody.
Man,
you know, for people in that generation.
You know, Hanna-Barbera and that run of cartoons, Penelope Pit Stop, Wacky Races, you remember that? And,
yep.
and then you would get the wacky...
Great voice actors.
All of them. And Fighting Over the Free Insides. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. I just miss those days. Yeah. I really do. I really, really do.
True that.
So
my vote for the staple goes classic Apple Jacks.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Yep. Love Apple Jacks. And that was another one that cut up your mouth. No doubt. What about video games, man? Are you playing video games today?
Not much. You know, I'm kind of been disengaging. I've been onto this new thing since I moved from like the feng shui of the desert in L.A. and now I'm in the feng shui of this massive water system on the East Coast in the Hudson Valley.
Right.
You know, this glacial river valley, and it's surrounded by water. And so I availed myself to go out into nature, and doesn't matter what your beliefs are. If you have the opportunity, take it at this time because it feels different out there.
It does feel
really
different.
Does.
You know, can I say this, though, about the Hudson River Valley? Unless you've been there, you don't understand. People think when they hear about it, they still think Manhattan They think the Bronx. They think Queen. It's not that. It is rolling hills of thick forest, woods.
Oh yeah.
It is beautiful. It is
I
absolutely
posted
stunning.
a picture up in the sandbox with, where I've been spending my time, as much of my time as I possibly can, and you can feel, the energy, and I had an opportunity to really, really ground myself. I was brought to tears because I didn't realize how much of this crap I've been carrying around with me from the start of this that has built up, my own personal anxiety, my own fears, and boom, I was in a section all alone by myself and walking through this woods, and the big thing about it is I grew up in this neighborhood. So this is the same woods I played in as a kid, coming back half a century later. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what about the UFOs and the Hudson River Valley UFO flap? Were you there for that, or were you out here in California?
I lived. Yeah. That was when I was growing up, like just before, like around middle school. And I do recall one night seeing a group of lights that there used to be a small, one-engine prop plane airport that in my hometown that we had like a view of from our living room. So we could actually watch these planes take off and land. But this entire area, I'm sorry, I lost track of my point here on
the UFO flap. You said you saw something.
The UFO flap, yes, I did. I was out one night, and I've always availed myself, looked up, wondered what's there, watched the stars, and lights started. It was over this airport. And granted, we are in range of what was once what's now Newburgh Airport, was once an Air Force base at that time. So, but I was seeing probably about a dozen lights. So they looked like they were doing maneuvers and practicing, and because some of them were going in circles, like small balls of light, and going around in a circular loop in a pattern. Or I would see one steady, holding still, and then another one split off from that, and then make a 180 turn and come back and rejoin it. And I got my moms out there to see it. I was like, there ain't nobody else around here, and nobody to report it to. So I said, take a look at this. Check this out. Yeah, we sat out there. I guess, we don't have the right genetic codes for ET to abduct us, so we just got a view and, went back about our business.
Now, what about the reports of it being ultralight aircraft?
They could never, unless they were flying at precise angles to my angle of view, to make these things look like they were actually going in circles instead of doing 180-degree turns. No, it would have to be, for every person who observed it, have to be exact for their angle of view. Otherwise, they'd see the elliptic of the orbit. If that was the case, if it was the small lights, but it was something I'd never seen before, certainly, and it looked like they were out doing maneuvers, having a good time, testing this stuff out.
Well,
like I said, there was Newburgh Air Force Base, and West Point is out that way. So,
well, I'm glad that you're out there decompressing and you are able to get your head together, man. And you're an OG Fadernight, and I just love it when you call in. I get to hear your voice, David. Thank you so much, my friend.
All right. Thank you so much. Go Beckley Teppy, people.
Go Beckley Teppy. Thank you so much. That's Dave from South L.A. And let's see here. Let's bring this in. And I think I got another Indianapolis call coming in here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. Well, that was an Indianapolis call. It's you're live on Fade to Black. See, I'll always put a 317 to the head of the line, but if they're not there, they're not there. Let's stay on the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Kevin from West Virginia.
Hey, Kev. How are you, man?
Doing fine. Want to talk some cereal.
Yeah, what do you got?
My cereal, I remember vividly, and once I went online here a few minutes ago and was looking at the cereal box, I think I know why I like the cereal so much. Quisp.
Yeah, I know. Aliens.
The little aliens.
Yep. And if the commercials for Quisp, if my memory is right, he had a flying saucer. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And the other thing is Quisp. Now I know they reintroduced it, but back in the day, it was only around for a year or two. It wasn't some cereal that was out there for 20 years. It was very short-lived, but I loved the commercials. Yeah, and that was the cereal was his flying saucer. It was like these little bowls.
Right.
Yeah, man, I love Quisp.
Yep.
What about King Vitamin? Do you remember that?
It sounds familiar.
I know.
Like I said, there are so many cereals, and I think I've had every one of them at least once. But the Quisp stood out.
Yeah, I love
because
Quisp.
of those little saucers and the little dude.
Now, are you playing video games these days?
I used to be a real big gamer. My sister was a lot better than me. We went through all the Nintendo phase, the Sega Genesis phase, and I sort of like Sonic the Hedgehog a little better than the Mario games, simply because Sonic was a lot faster.
Yeah, and what about what about Mario Brothers? Did you do any of that?
I did the whole series.
Yeah, and I did it later.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do it when everybody else was playing it. I ended up doing it much later and got way too into it. I spent a solid month, right? I put Tomb Raider to the side and did it and finally got to the end. But I totally understood why everybody was into it back in the day. But when it was popular, I didn't play it. I did it much later, years later.
The funny thing is, I was doing, taking this time to do some spring cleaning as such, and I come across some of the old gaming systems that I had, and I was thinking, maybe I should play this or try to play it and see if I was as good as I thought I was.
Right. I had. Oh, man, I've got to go back and think about this. Probably 96, 97, 98. I literally had hundreds and hundreds of games, and I had a Sega Genesis and a couple of gaming platforms. I took the whole pile of stuff and went and traded it in at a video gaming store. And I think back now, all the cartridges and all the DVDs, I had the Sega CD system, and I just can't believe I got rid of it for a song and a dance too. All the controllers, oh man, just thinking about what I just gave up, but I did. I regret it. I had all of them. I had all the soccer games. Man. Major League Baseball. Yep, it gave it all away. All the NBA games. Yep, just away they went. Duke Nukem. all of that.
Duke Nukem, yeah.
Yeah, Quake and Quake Arena. Yep, I did. So
games and cereals, they went together.
They absolutely did, Kevin. So what are you playing today?
Not so much. like I said, I grabbed it, the old game system. It's confusing. All these new systems. I haven't really got into it, but I'm not dead yet, so I may go back into it.
Yeah,
because like I said, back in the day, I was pretty good. My sister was always better than me, but that's okay. She was my little sister.
Yeah, the PlayStation 5 is getting ready to come out. I understand that PlayStation 5 is going to be completely backwards compatible, and
that's what I heard.
Yeah, and that's going to be cool. We have a lot of. I actually went through and found a bunch of the video games from PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 that we're just not able to play. And then I've got, we invested so much money into PC games, and right. I've got those. I don't even know if those are compatible with Windows these days, but there they sit. And I still, Silent Hill, to me, all of them are still some of the best video games that Rita and I have ever played, and scared the crap out of me. But I don't know if those are even compatible on PCs these days, but I still have them.
Right. Well, gaming, like I said, gaming and Serial just went together, and it's a reflective time, and it's sort of a way that you can go back.
So you've just started now. Am I understanding you've got a podcast that you're doing now?
Yeah, I'm working on it, booking guests.
What's it called?
It's called Into Infinity Talk with Kevin Kerber.
Aha. And where's it going to be? Are you going to? It's a podcast?
It's a podcast right now. Yeah, I have a pilot episode I did. Oh, it's been about 2 years ago. And it's really weird because my friend William, who's real versed in space and astronomy and stuff like that, and when I first played it back, it was really weird because he sounded like Isaac Arthur, which he's a real big fan of his.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so much fun that again the wheels started turning in my head. Because I was a big fan of Art Bell's. And now the technology is there. People just have to find out what they want to do and go do it. And that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, right on. And when do you anticipate the launch?
Here shortly, because like I said, I'm trying to do this. I've heard a lot of people that do podcasts, and they throw content out there, but it's not really prepared. I mean, they're getting the information out, they're talking to their guests and everything, but I want to do it a little bit more professional. So by getting guests ahead of time, it'll probably just be once a week to start off with.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I can handle that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right on. Well, keep me posted, and when it's ready to go, we'll get it up there on social media for you, man.
Appreciate it, Jimmy.
You know it. Thank you, Kevin. Be safe and be well. Give it to me.
Joe Beckley Teppy. That's what I'm talking about.
Kevin Gerber. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Be safe and be well.
Be safe and be well.
And another great phone call. The amount of Fadernauts that have gone on to do their own shows and their own podcast, I love it. And whatever inspires you, whether it's this show or somebody else or something from the past, but if you want to do it, right? If you want to get it done, just go and do it. And right now there is no better time to going out and starting something than today. There's no question about it. And just go and do it. All right. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Oh, sorry, Jimmy. It's Deb.
Oh, hey, Deb.
speaker. Oh my gosh, I walked away. Good. Happy April Fool's Day.
Is it April Fool's Day?
It is.
I thought that was 2 days ago.
It was today, because there was a 31st in this month. So in the spirit of the day, on one of the breaks, I had tweeted to the Fadernauts that when you're on break and commercial and you have your mic muted, that I could read your lips and I knew what you were saying, and I was able to make out some of it, and I was absolutely shocked.
What did I
and
say?
So the Fadernauts were saying, what? What did he say? What did he say? And my response is April Fools. So...
I gotcha.
So in the spirit of the day, Jimmy, what's the best prank?
See? Yeah.
Hey, what's the best prank that you've ever played on anyone or that they've played on you in the spirit of the day?
Oh, jeez. You're catching me off guard. I'd have to think about that because they're always so good.
Can you tell us on? Huh?
No, you know what? I'm gonna. I'm gonna go with the Black Vault, and here's why. Years ago, I'm gonna say it's probably about 5 years ago. He posted up the Black Vault, and I think he did it both online and he did it on his Facebook page. Has been blocked by the FBI. Put up, your page has been blocked. and I saw that and I took the bait. And I'm calling him up. I'm like, dude, what happened? Is everything okay? Dude, it's April Fool's. Like, oh. And he got me to make the phone call. And I'm serious. Awesome. I was texting, you got to call me. You know, and that is one where, it was played on the world, but I took it hook, line, and sinker. 100%. Absolutely. I was freaking out. And it was so good that I wanted to steal the idea, but I couldn't, but it was pretty awesome.
Will you have the weekend to think of a personal one for you and share it with us on Monday? Because we'd love to hear, either to something that you pulled or that was pulled on you, like from your childhood or something.
Yeah.
Or growing up,
Yeah, I got to think about that one, but I will. Okay, I'll circle back on Monday, Deb. Okay,
Can I tell you a real quick one?
Yeah, no, I've got 60 seconds. I
can go less.
Yeah, your breakfast cereal.
What were you going to say?
Breakfast cereal.
Huh? Oh, we've talked about this a million times. It's Captain Crunch.
Okay.
But can I tell you the prank I played on my sister when I was 15?
Okay, now you got 30 seconds.
I know. We were in a big fight. I snuck into her room. I stole her diary. I went into the front yard, climbed to the top of the tree where she couldn't reach me, and in a dramatic, loud voice, I read it to the whole neighborhood.
I don't even know if that's funny.
It was.
Oh, damn.
The women out there right now are laughing.
Oh, man.
She had it coming, Jimmy.
Enjoy your weekend. Go Beckley Tappy.
Go Beckley Tappy, Jimmy.
Thank you so much, Deb. Deb from Sacramento. Thank you so much for that, Deb. I've got to take a quick break. And again, the phones have never been busier. If I would have known that it was breakfast cereals and video gaming that would do this to the phone lines, I would have done it a long time ago. A lot of fun. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Going to take a quick break. I am going to try to get everybody in before we come back or before we wrap the show tonight. So if you're on hold, stay right there. 747-228-2051. Phones are jammed. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at jimmychurchradio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of fade to black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Again, visit ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app. Free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Whew, man. Okay, I got so many calls on hold. I'm just going to cut straight to the chase, and I'm going to try to get everybody in. Okay, let's just go. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Fadernight. It's Madeline from New Jersey.
Hi, Madeline. How are you?
I am great. I am really enjoying this conversation about cereals. It's really bringing back some wonderful, fond memories.
And what's your cereal?
Oh, my God. Cocoa Pebbles.
Yep. There you go. See?
I used to eat that every day in high school. 4 years. That was my cereal to eat.
Love it. I wasn't a Fruity Pebbles guy, it was okay. Cocoa Pebbles rocked.
Because when you were finished with the cereal, you had chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk. Real chocolate milk.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no kidding.
And you read my tweet. I tweeted that I would have Cocoa Pebbles and, oh my gosh, Peanut Butter Crunch.
Oh, yeah.
I would mix those two together.
I'm going to try that.
Oh, my God. I mean, now I'm healthier, so I eat healthier cereals, but when I want chocolate and still be healthy, I have my Cocoa Pebbles.
Yeah, Rita and I do a lot of granola, blueberry, pecan granola.
Absolutely.
Maple pecan granola. Love it. I do. It's delicious. But
actually, my boyfriend, I don't know if you have it in California, but my boyfriend and I, we have Greek Gods. It's honey yogurt, Greek yogurt.
Okay.
It's really, really good.
Yeah, we do Greek yogurt. Yep, absolutely. But and blueberry kashi, that's good. It's good. It's a little soggy and stuff, but it tastes good.
We got to be healthier. We got to live. We got to have.
Yeah, I don't know if you know what? I don't know if it's healthy. I do love the taste. And Trader Joe's has got a maple pecan granola that, man, it's just so good. So I like it because it tastes good. But no almond milk, no soy, no silk, none of that, not skim, not 2%.
Whole milk.
Absolutely. Whole milk. It's the only thing that goes with it. I am an organic whole milk guy, though. I don't buy regular milk anymore. But yeah, absolutely, Madeline.
I'm actually calling if I could. My boyfriend is a honorably discharged Marine, and he's we've been struggling for a while, and he's now laid off from work because of things going on. So I was calling for him also to see if I could get the subscription for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's been listening to you for like 5 years. He started
What's his name?
And heard you filling in.
What's his name?
Brian Keneally.
Hey, tell Brian he's got it. All you got to do, Madeline, write Rita, Rita at jimmychurchradio.com, and Rita will tell you what you need to do and what we need from you. But
thank you so much. He'll love it.
You are so welcome.
He didn't want me to call. I said, I don't care. I'm calling for you.
Tell Brian I said yo, okay?
I will. Go Beckley Tapley, and peace to all the Fadernauts and to yourself and your family.
Thank you, Madeline. Okay, and
You're
be
welcome.
safe out there. Be safe. Go Beckley Tappy.
All right. Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night. And Madeline, let's see, I've got 2 more to give away. All right. So if you're in need, you're at home, you're hanging, and you need a gift, you need a membership, you just let me know. I've got 2 more to give away tonight. All right. Let's head over in this direction. These phones, it's like overloaded, and it's bizarre how they are acting right now. So let me see here. I'm going this direction. Boom. I am trying. It's like the software it's overloaded. Too many calls. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, who's this?
Hey, this is Rochelle from Montana.
Hi, Michelle from Montana. How are you?
Rochelle.
What's that?
Rochelle.
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 With an R.
Yeah. Last time I called in, yeah.
It's
you
okay.
You were calling it Rochelle, too.
It's okay, Rochelle. How are you tonight?
Doing good. Just calling in, listening to your show.
And?
Favorite cereal, I was going to say, well, today I went in the store and I bought Cinnamon Life cereal.
Oh, I love Cinnamon Life. I like, you know what? Life, the original Life cereal, I thought was perfect, right? And then Cinnamon Life came out. It's like, how could it get any better than this? Man. I love Cinnamon Life. Good call.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, and are you playing video games up there in Montana?
Yeah, it's been a while since I really played, but my kids my youngest son likes the Fortnite. They go on him and his cousins, Alan's boys.
Right.
And they play together. I watch them do that. I kind of should get into it again because I used to play the Mario, Nintendo with the Super Mario Brothers and Tetris. I really liked that game too, actually.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Tetris. How's the family? How's Alan? How the kids?
Everybody's doing good. I'm currently laid off, and he's still working over there. We don't get to see each other much, but the kids are playing with each other.
Fader 1 and Fader 2.
Yep. Yeah.
Rochelle, thank you so much. Do you have a Fade to Black membership?
I don't actually.
Okay, write Rita right now.
Rita at
JimmyChurchRadio.com. Okay, Rochelle?
JimmyChurchRadio.com. Okay.
Take care of it.
All right.
And look,
okay.
There's nothing better if you got a little time off work, you're at home, it's Montana, all of that stuff, you need a Fade to Black membership. Okay? So write Rita right now.
All right, thank you.
Don't play around. Don't play around, Rochelle.
Okay.
Do it. Okay.
No, I won't.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Nice talking with you.
Go Beckley Tappy.
Go Beckley Tappy.
And yeah, Rita, Rita, we're at 3. Just let Rita, we're at 3. But yeah, the answer is yes, of course. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Tanya and Chris.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
Where are you calling from?
Elko, Nevada.
You're what part of Nevada?
Elko.
Where's that?
Northwest. Actually northeast Nevada.
Northeast. How far north and how far east?
We're only 3 hours from Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
3 hours from Salt Lake City, 3 hours from Reno.
I-80.
How are you guys tonight? Everything good?
Hello?
I said, how are you guys tonight? Is everything good? Okay, I guess the connection just went south. Yeah, bizarre. Okay, all right. I hate to do that, but I'm going to swing over here. And let's go here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Just went south. Okay, you got to turn me down. Okay, all right. I hate to do Okay, all right. You got it. That's it. Let's go here next. Always, when you call in, you got to turn me down in the background. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
It's Gonzalo.
Hi, Gonzalo.
How you been, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, I'm still thinking about 1991.
What was 1991?
Well, actually, I was around 22 years old. Can you hear me clearly?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can. Thank you very much. Actually, I was 22. It's kind of I'll get it to you quickly. It was a Monday night. Me and my uncle and my friends and family used to get together at my uncle's house, Eastside St. Paul. And one time there was only a couple of us showing up, and he picked me up with his son. His son was about 10 years old. And it was around 7:30 p.m. when he picked me up. So it was dusk, sun was still out there. And so we took a couple left, a couple rights, and we ended up on Case and Arcade. We were about the third or fourth car in line waiting for the lights to change. And, we didn't know what was going on. Next thing you knew, we started hearing this vroom, 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 a very large humming and booming sound. We thought there was cars that were playing their loud music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Behind us or in front of us or the other cars. And, the lights took so long to change. We just didn't know. We knew. We lived in this area for a very, very long time, so we know the area. And next thing you know, over the hill that we were going to go up to go to my uncle's house, we see this object flying about 5 miles an hour, just kind of gliding in the air. You're the only second guy that I told the story to, Jimmy. So
okay, all right. Thank you for that.
Dave Schrader of the Twin Cities here. He was the first one that I told. So you can find that back in 2015, 2016. I told him about the story. But anyway, let me get back to it.
Okay. What did it look like when you say object?
Well, it was very bright, metallic, illuminating gray. It just didn't fit with anything that I've seen or anybody else seen. We were looking outside the front van of the window first. Then we got out of the van, man. Then we looked up. We opened the doors and looked up, and we looked. It flew right over us, Jimmy. We seen the whole damn thing.
Wow.
There was an opening on the bottom, man.
What?
And
an opening?
Yeah. Like a swirl. It would, something that you press in the middle. It would press in the middle of that opening, and it would open up. You could see the whole thing. There was every color under the object but black. The colors were going doom, doom, doom. We could feel it in our body, man. We were freaking scared.
Wow.
And again, so I'll get to the ending right now. So it flew over us, and we got out. It was so close, Jimmy. We could throw rocks at it, sticks at it, man. It was just right over the trees, man.
Wow.
It was like, this was incredible. So as we were still waiting for the lights to change, we watched it. So it took a right on Earl Street, Case and Earl Street, right? Because I lived in this area. Remember, I know the east side, and it flew. Next thing you know, so the lights changed. So we took off to my uncle's house, and he lived on top of the hill on this old high school. So we got out of the van, we watched it. It hovered over the 3M plants on Earl Street and 7th Street for about 15 to 20 minutes, and we watched it. And it just kind of glided slowly to the southwest, man. And we were just kind of like, nah, man, we don't want to call this in. We were freaking scared.
Of course.
But the next day, it was told on, KSTP Channel 5 and CBS station here in the Twin Cities that there was a flying object.
So this made the news.
Yes, it did make the news.
And the way that the news described it, did they do it justice? Was it what you think you saw?
No. They did not. They
messed it up. They messed it up.
They always do, man. They don't tell the truth.
Right.
Obviously, we all kind of know that, right, Jimmy?
Right.
Hey, man. For one thing, unfortunately, my uncle's in bad health. My other friend, I've seen a few months ago. We don't talk. My good friend, my cousin, my uncle's son, we were really, really great friends. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. He died at a young age. But, so I'm the only one that can tell this story, and it's like, and I'm an artist too, Jimmy. It's so scary, man. It's unboggling to me to see an object that was like it was floating, like you and I were kids. We grab our toy planes and kind of glide in the air. It was doing that.
Well, see, Gonzalo, this is the thing. When now that you saw this back in 1991, that's 30 years ago. But when you hear people tease or make fun of or try to play skeptic and blow all of this out and call us crazy, that those people are wrong. That there is something going on out there, and all you can do is repeat what you saw. You just said, I'm the second person you've told this story to, because you don't want to be called crazy. But now it's not that kind of party anymore, Gonzalo. You can talk about this. People are talking about UFOs every single day, right? And now it's okay. Right. Now it's cool to talk about. So tell your story. Tell everybody. Tell the world. You're doing it right now on Fade to Black, and thank you for that.
Thank you.
Hey, Gonzalo?
Yes, sir.
Go back, Lee Tappy.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much for talking to you, and It's people need to open their minds, man, and quit being so ignorant.
That's right. Well, it's a brave new world, Gonzalo. And I think they are doing just that. And it's people like you that are making it happen. All right?
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you very much. And I love the show, Jimmy.
Thank you, Gonzalo. Go back, Lee Tepe. You too.
All right, buddy. Take care. Thanks. Bye.
That's a great phone call right there. And this is the thing. And, we've been talking about this so much over the last couple of years. But this is what we have been doing here, is talking about that very subject, which is it is so important for those out there that haven't been able to tell their stories before. And out of fear, they don't want their friends or family or coworkers or people, to say things, call them crazy. And it's not that kind of party anymore. Now you can talk about it. It's cool. Everybody knows we're not alone. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Oh, hi, Jimmy. This is Kay calling. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Kay, how are you?
Look like you're having a good time, and we're all having a good time chatting in the sandbox, but I got kind of sandbox stuff, so.
Absolutely. All right, Kay, I got to know. Your favorite breakfast cereal?
Okay, my favorite breakfast cereal was Lucky Charms, and I ate them just like you did. Saved all the marshmallows to last.
Yep.
And then my second favorite was Alphabets, and I would try to pick out my name and put that off to the side and eat that last two.
Alphabets should be recognized more than it is.
Well, you could play Scrabble with it.
Man, I don't know if I ever spelled words with it, but I ate the crap out of that cereal. I ate the crap out of it.
You can put every letter in there in every box. So I couldn't find a while. I had to go with
Man, I loved Alphabets.
A baby name for my family.
You know what's funny? Alphabets, think about this for a second. How healthy is this? Powdered, covered sugared oats. It's like, oh my God. Oh, jeez.
I used to eat Doritos too. I mean, those little horn things, those like chippy things. I forget what they call them.
Bugles.
Yeah. I used to have those every night with a glass of Coke. My mom's like, "You're gonna get sick." Because I grew up in the 50s and 60s. But I wanted to thank you for having a light night. I'm calling it Jimmy Night Light Night.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kay. Go Beckley Tappy. Go ahead.
Okay, just real quick, because I know you got other calls. My pinball story is, my video games was, my first game was pinball when I was 17. My first real game was Leapfrog on Atari, and I got as far as Mario.
Yeah, I used to play Leapfrog.
So I go way back, and then I got my first computer in 2000, and then I just got some crazy games that I was able to play, but I'm not a big gamer.
Yeah, I did end up, and I played it for a long time. I got it for like $5 at Fry's, but I got a PC pinball game for PC. Wow. Man, I played that thing. I would fly from L.A. to New York or L.A. to Miami, whatever, right across the country, and I would play that thing on my laptop for 5 hours. Kay, have a great weekend.
Lots of fun when we were kids, I'll tell you.
Absolutely. Have a great weekend and be safe out there, Kay. Thank you so much. Go Beckley Tappy.
And go Beckley Tappy to you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Kay. Absolutely. Jimmy Light Night. I kind of like that. I got time for one more call. Everybody that's been on hold, and I'm trying to get everybody in. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Ooh, you got to turn me down.
Jimmy Church.
Yes.
Hey, my name's Jason. I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
Hi, Jason from Columbus, Ohio.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Aside all everything that's going on in the country. You look healthy. You look good. I like your shirt you're wearing tonight. I'm streaming you on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching you sit there behind your mic there. It's fun. It's awesome. I love that shirt.
Well, so check it out. Look at the camera right now. I just logged you in, Jason from Columbus, and you can just take a screen grab of that baby right there. All right.
Awesome, man.
All right, Jason.
Awesome.
What's on your mind?
So here's my question. I first learned of I guess I heard you as a guest host from Coast to Coast. It's one of my favorite shows. And you actually, like, this is no BS, man. You are my favorite guest host on that show. You had a guest. It's been a few years ago. His name was Damon T. Berry.
Yep.
I watched his and this was before I actually listened to the show and then went back in the archives and pulled it up and download it for myself. I watched his the knowledge of the Forever Times. They were very intriguing to me. And then when I heard you interview him on Coast to Coast, did you interview him 2 times or was it just 1 time?
I can't remember.
I want to say it was like 2 times.
I might have had him on Coast twice. I probably had him on Fade to Black 3 or 4 times. We interviewed him just recently, a couple of months ago, 3-4 months ago. But yeah. Okay, so really quick, Jason, we're at the end of the show. I've got about 2 minutes before I have to roll credits. So I'm gonna hand it off to you.
Okay. Ultimately my question is, a few months back I seen some rumors about Mr. Berry had been deemed, or he'd been, I guess, deemed a national security risk. I had heard some other things, I guess, from his YouTube channel. He's kind of been set up, kind of, I guess basically, for the lack of a better term, blackballed. Are you able, or do you even know anything about his situation?
I know,
or anything about Mr. Berry?
Yes, I do, but I can't really comment because.
Understandable.
This is out of concern for him, and
I
have a lot of respect for Damon. His research is second to none. Knowledge of the Forever Time 1 through 8 are extraordinary pieces of work.
Yes, they are.
He is going through a situation right now that it's difficult not only for me to talk about, but for him personally. And I know from hearing from the stress in his voice that how do I say this? He's not worried, but he is concerned, and he's more concerned about the things that can be done in this country to individual citizens that are just out there expressing their freedom of speech and the rights to that. And that's really unfortunate because he is a talented guy.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I agree. And he's, man, I love his work. And I mean, even, I sit back on, I'm very open-minded. You hear, sometimes you hear folks' stories and they may come off, it's like, they're out there, or you can hear somebody's story and you really hear, I guess, truth in what they say. And he's one of those guys, man. Like I said, his story is intriguing, and I totally agree with you about his series. Those are, they're mind-blowing. They're mind-blowing.
Absolutely.
Jason,
Jason,
I tell all kinds of people,
Jason,
check them out. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I gotta roll credits. I want to thank you for the phone call, and you are absolutely right. I firmly believe that the knowledge of the Forever Time, volumes 1 through 8, stand on their own. Jason, thank you so much, and give everybody my best over there in the YouTube chat room. And you are the last call of the night, man, but we got you in. Everybody else that didn't get through, it was a busy night on the phones. I want to thank everybody that called in tonight, Twitter, all the chat rooms all around the internet. Thank you so much. Fade to Black's executive producers, Rita Camurian. Shows produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vito, and Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network. Syndication is KGRA, The Planet. This broadcast is owned and copyrighted 2020 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black of the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. We'll see everybody right here on Monday. Until then, be safe. Go Beckley Teppy.